Generally, where the students face a problem in the unit logical reasoning is the topic square of opposition, and this topic is most frequently asked in UGC NET exam and also one of the most dreaded topics by the students. So we are going to simplify this topic in the video today. Welcome to UGC NET with Megha. In this video, we are going to take up the topic square of oppositions from the unit logical reasoning. So before we actually go into the topic, there are few things that we need to understand. There are four different types of statements. That is, one is A type statement, another one is E type statement, then there is third type, that is I type, and fourth is O type statement. So now what exactly is meant by these four types of statements? A type statements are the universal positive statements. Then E type statements are the universal negative statements. Now I type statement is the subcategory of this A type statement only, wherein this is particular positive. That means these statements are particular positive, and that we can say is that they are applicable to some extent only, that is they are true to some extent. Now this O type statement is the sub statement for the E type statement only. It is the subcategory for this, and these O type statements are particular negative, that is they are false or negative to some extent only, or applies to some portion of quantity only. So these are known as O type statements. Now square of opposition can be understood clearly with the help of a diagram, and if you know the diagram, majority of the questions can be solved within 30 to 40 seconds and without any confusion or any error. So now first thing we are going to understand is the relationship between A and E. So that is the horizontal relationship here, and this is known as contraries. Now next thing that you can understand is, since these are the subcategories, so the relationship or the horizontal relationship between the subcategories is known as subcontraries. So these are subcontraries. Now if we talk about the vertical relationship, that is the relationship between the main category and the subcategory itself, so that relationship is known as subaltern or subalternation. In case of E and O, it is also the same, that is the relationship is known as subaltern only. Now the last set of relationship is the diagonal relationship, that is the relationship between A type statement and O type statement, and similarly E type statement and I type statement. Since these type of statements contradict each other, that is they are a complete contrast of each other, they are known as contradictories. So this is the square of opposition, and these are the four types of relationships that are there between these four type of statements. Now if you have understood this diagram easily, then the first set of questions could be solved within 30 to 40 seconds. The first set of question is, you are given two statements, that is you might be given a A type statement and a I type statement, and would be asked the relationship between a A type statement and a I type statement. Or you might be given a question like all pen are blue, and another statement is some pen are blue. Now you are required to identify the type of these statements, and then if you have identified the type of statement, okay, this is A type statement and this is I type statement, so you can easily deduce the relationship. The relationship would be subaltern, because A and I have a vertical relationship which is subaltern relationship. In this manner you can solve the first set of questions with the help of this single diagram. The second set of question is, you are given one type of statement, maybe A type statement is given to you, and and you are given the condition related to the relationships, and you are asked to find out the second statement according to the condition and the first statement. So in this situation, you first need to understand that what are these different relationships, or what is meant by contraries, sub-contraries, contradictories and subalterns. First we'll start with contradictories. Contradictories are complementary pair, that is they cannot be true together. If one is true, the other one would be definitely false. We can understand this better in a manner like, if somebody loves to have tea, then that person would not love to have coffee. If other person loves to have coffee, then he would not be fond of tea. So this is known as complementary pairs, and this is what is the relationship between A-type statement and O-type statement, and I-type statement and E-type statement. The next relationship that we are going to understand is the contraries. This relationship is between A-type statement and E-type statement, and in this, if this A-type statement is true, then E-type statement would definitely be false. But if this A-type statement is false, then we cannot say anything about the E-type statement. It can be true or it can be false. That is, E-type statement is non-determinable. And same would be the case with E-type statement also, that is the vice versa. If E-type statement is true, then A-type statement would definitely be false. But if E-type statement is false, then we cannot conclude that A-type statement would definitely be false. So it might be false or it may not be false. So this is known as the contraries. And one more thing you need to keep in mind here is that these statements cannot be true together, but they can definitely be false together. For example, I cannot say that all pen are blue is true and no pen is blue is also true. Either of it is true, but both of them can be false, because there can be a scenario where some pen are blue and some are black. So they can be false together. Now come to the subcategory, that is sub-contraries. So sub-contraries is complete opposite to what we have learned in contraries. That means if we say that I-type statement is false, then O-type statement would definitely be true. But if we say that I-type statement is true, then nothing can be said about this O-type statement. It may be true or it may not be true. So this is the difference between contraries and sub-contraries. And also one more thing that you need to keep in mind here is that these two statements can be true, but they cannot be false together. That means they can be true together but not false together. For example, I can say some pen are blue and some pen are not blue. This I can definitely say, but some pen are blue is also false and some pen are not blue is also false. That cannot happen. Now the last type of relationship that we are going to understand here is the subalterns. So the subalterns work on the principle that truthful downwards and falsity upwards. So what do we mean by truthful downwards and falsity upwards is, firstly, if A is true, then this I-type statement would definitely be true. That is, in vertical relationship, if truthful downwards mean when we the upper statement is true, and when we move downwards, then the downward statement, that is the I-type statement, would definitely be true. But if we say that I-type statement is true, then we cannot determine whether A-type statement would be true or false. Let's understand this with the help of an example. If I say all pen are blue is true, then I can definitely say some pen are blue. This is also true. But if I am given a statement that some pen are blue, then I cannot conclude that all pen will be blue. So this is known as truthful downwards. Now if we talk about falsity upwards, that means if I statement is false, then A statement will definitely be false. Whereas if A statement is false, then we cannot conclude that I statement will definitely be false. It is non-determinable. Now we'll understand this with the help of an example. If I say that some pen are blue is false, then definitely all pen are blue is also false. If some is not blue, then how can all be blue? So this would be false upwards. But if I say all pen are blue is false, then I cannot say whether some pen are blue is false or not. There is a good chance that some pen are blue or some pen are not blue. So this would be same for E and O type statement also, that is E and its subcategory O type statement. The relationship that is truthful downwards and falsity upwards would work the same way. So that was all for this video. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and if you want me to cover any particular topic, you can leave your comments in the comment section. And for more details on our online course, visit our website www.ugcnetwithmegha.com, and the link for the website is given in the description below. And for regular updates, follow us on our social media handles.